So, hey everyone, it's Vito. I'm back here, and today I've got Freya here with me. Freya, thanks for being here. We're happy to have you here. And so, for everyone who is watching us, tell them a little bit about Freya. So, who is Freya?
Wow. So I'm so happy to be here. And I was telling Victor, I was like, oh, this is so serious. So I'm Freya Selenchek. Now Freya Holloway in Australia, officially. I've been into too many last names, to be honest. A little bit complicated that. I'm originally from Venezuela. So I came to Australia 2011. So a while ago already. So been really interesting, whole the process that make me feel now at home, let's say. And well, to start, there's been really funny history, but I came here as a student. So 2011 on 25th of December.
25th of December. So you flew over Christmas?
Yeah, over Christmas.
So how was family back home with that? So you came,
sad.
Okay, I'm going to Australia.
So sad. That's the crazy part. Like, I was working for American Airlines for, like, let's say 5 years before I came to Australia, right? So working for them, I just decided to, just maybe time to leave home because of the country issues and stuff. And then they say, okay, we can just give you a ticket for 25th of December because we have free tickets. So I have my, I think 2 or last 3 years, the free benefit for being employee for American Airlines.
Okay.
So, and I was like, okay, just take that ticket and just go. So on that day, I didn't sleep. So it was like a whole with family, whole day. And then Christmas, cried a lot, we as a Latin, we really tied to our families and stuff. So, and then just jumped to the airport on 24th of December. I think it was like after midnight. And then from 25th, I just started. So I arrived in here 25th of December, Australian time. And then I remember, and my birthday is 31st of December. On top of everything. So I remember my first birthday here was like a me alone in Chermside in a hostel. Wasn't a backpacker, it was like a hostel thing, because I couldn't find rent because just arriving, so no one rent me or anything like that. And I was with a profiterole cake, sitting on my room by myself with my parents on the camera. And yeah, that was my first birthday here. So been really interesting since the beginning. And then, so I think the adventures begin after that.
So at the time when you got here, so that was December, yeah?
Yeah.
And so it was like, you got in Australia and they're like, oh, hello, summer. That's how it feels, right?
Feels really. Wasn't that bad because my country doesn't have seasons.
Okay.
But I wasn't expecting here a different type of summer. Not that hot.
That hot, yeah.
Yeah, but was quite interesting. And then I get out and everyone was like in tongues, really short shorts, and it's like, oh, what is this happening? I was like I'm not shy person, but I feel like I was like a kind of overwhelmed, is this? Okay, I'm happy to do this. But I wasn't sure if that's right or not. So, in our country, we always need to be, careful of how you're going outside. So if people see you not that good or you're not looking that nice or things like that. But was pretty interesting summer.
and then because you're working before for American Airlines, yeah? And then, so you had was it a good English level before you decided to come, or how was your English?
So we think, and I think being in our countries back home, we think our English is pretty good until you get here. Until the reality touches your door and say, no, it's not that good. And it's still, I feel still I have a lot of things to fix it. And now been practicing more, talking with more Australians and stuff, make me feel a little bit better than before. But all the courses we do when we work for American Airlines are in America.
Okay.
So we
must
have a little bit of English. When I was 17, I lived in London for a year and a half. So I learned English back there. And just when I back home, I was like, okay, I can't speak English, but I never practice. you know?
So why? Anyway, you said you had the ticket, but so why Australia? Out of nowhere, December? You're like,
no, it's pretty funny history. So my grandfather, they live in Australia. So after the war, they moved from Germany to Sydney. So when my grandfather, I didn't meet them obviously, but my grandfather always back home with things from Australia. So he always bring like a kangaroo carpet or Australian things for a present for us. And I always told to my dad, like, one day I'm just going to go to Australia. But I never think before in immigrate from my country to any other country. Like, since I was in American Airlines, travel a lot in America, Europe, and I'm happy to live in my country, like I'm super proud still. Mm-hmm. I'm proud to be from Venezuela. It's a beautiful country, and in general in Latin America. But what happened is the situation started to get worse and worse, and it was like, maybe it's time to go and just try. And I just went not thinking in any other country at all. I'm going to Australia. So I did my research, okay, where to go. And the first thing was like, I just need something that the weather is similar, 100%. So, and we have beaches because my parents live just in front of the sea, like in the coast area of Venezuela, so in La Guaira. And then I need something like that. If I find something like this, that's the place to go. Yeah. And I just say, okay, research everything. And it was, can be Perth or Brisbane. And then everybody was talking about Brisbane. Like, the feedback was amazing. And it was like, that's the city. And no regrets at all. Like, I'm super happy here. And I've been living all these years just in Brisbane.
So you did some English courses when you got here, or you went straight to a vocational course? So what did you study when you got here?
When I get in here, another part of history of my life, I get in here with my ex-partner that was from Venezuela too. So he actually was the one study because I already speak English. So I was like, I did just like online course just to get a couple of grammar things and stuff. And he was studying English in here. And then I just get in here like a partner visa, so tied to his visa at that time. And then, so our relation ending pretty quick. Anyway, after we moved in here, maybe 6 months or something like that. And we just decided to be apart. So, and then he's keeping here for like maybe a year more.
Okay.
And then was my turn to study at that time. And I studied in ALS. I was a good student at ALS. So I studied here, and then I studied in another school, another course. And right after that, I just get my employee visa in here. So that's like a part of the long process to be in here. But like, English was kind of challenge because when I just passed to study in here and then in the other school, I was like, my English is not this good, right? It's not the same to do an assessment that just talking with someone. That you maybe can make mistakes and the person just say, that maybe means this.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be academic, right?
Yeah,
it's just like we're talking.
Yeah, not at all. It's like a more casual English where even you're not perfect, the person can understand what you're trying to say. And in here, I think, compare, for example, with America, people is really trying, like, a really friendly and always happy to, okay, where you going? Or maybe is a coffee where you want? Or something like, I remember when I get here, I was lost. Like, I couldn't understand the weight of the streets and name, like the numbers and that. So was a guy and say, you need a help? And I almost run. I was like, what is this guy talking to me? I don't know you. And he just trying to help me just to find the address and stuff. He just opened the phone and he just find the address. He say, just go that way. And he's like, wow. Yeah, so
that's something that it's good for us, right? When we get here, everyone is super friendly. So because we come and families stay back home, but then we get here and then we have people trying to understand you, trying to help you. That makes the whole experience easier.
Yeah.
If we can.
And different. I think we came in our head with the really thing in our mind that we need to be careful of everything. So we're really paranoid with like my backpack. I remember like here, my phone in here. I was with the phone like here because in our country we can't take our phone out in a bus or in the train. So we feel really scared about it. And in here it's like everything. So I get finally when I just moved from Chernside and I just moved to Western area, just close by, and the house was door open. Everything was everywhere. You know, we're sharing everything. Fridge was for everyone. No one is stealing your food, or you know, it was like, this is where is this place? You know, it's like it's really shocking, and it's really funny because when you came in here, you just imagine like, same. I'm gonna rent my own house. I'm gonna have my own stuff, and as a reality, as a student, you coming in here, and part of the process is just experience different things. So you come in here and share a house, share your room with another person, share your fridge. Okay, this is yours, this is mine. And it's like the kind of respect that you have between each other is quite impressive. And it's like, as a Latin American, we say, oh, we should be like this.
True.
You know?
I think that's the part of the process, right? So we come here to study English or to do a master degree or anyway whatever course, but then the experience itself, you know, because you go back in a way, because back home, as you said, you had your career, you're working, life was good, and then you come here and then you find yourself spend your birthday by yourself, and then you went to a suburb that you didn't even know, then you move, then you go in a place that everyone is sharing everything, and then out of nowhere you're sharing the bedroom, and then you need to know, you open the fridge, like, oh yeah, there is a spot here, I'll have my stuff in there. So anyway, I think the whole thing is what I get from people here is that they come for English, but then they learn a lot in you know, all the 100%. Areas. And then, so you've mentioned before, so you did your courses and stuff, and then you how was the working process for you? So step by step, so you got here, you were studying, then you got your first jobs, and then you went through your new career in Australia. So how easy or how difficult it was for you?
I think it's been a little bit of long process. And I consider every process, even, you know, moving to Australia, you moving anywhere, or even in your country, it's always depend of how hard you fight for things and how you figure it out the different ways. So when I get in here, I was like, okay, what can I do? At that time was really popular SIG, applications only, but in my country, you just need to go to the place with your CV and just go. And in here I was like, no, we don't need that. And it was, okay, just understand first how was the system in here. And what I actually did is like I trying to be kind of smart. I was like, okay, I speak Spanish and I speak English. What can I do with do that things, right? It's like, okay, and that's why I actually, when I talk with people, it's like we have a big advantage. Like you speak Portuguese, you speak Spanish, you speak English. You are an atomic bomb in here, you know? It's like that.
We have to use that. We have to find a way. That's true.
Of course. It's like, it's something that Australians doesn't have.
Yeah.
You know, they speak English, great. They have a degree, great. We have degree too. And we have studies in any other things. So I was like, okay, was a little bit difficult. But then when I was thinking, I need to try to find a way to engage with a community. And I just jump in whole Facebooks and I find out, okay, we have Mexicans in Brisbane, we have Venezuelans in Brisbane, we have all that big community where I was, okay, I need to meet that people. How can I meet that people? And then I just jump on the same December, I get in here like a week after. in a Mexicans in Brisbane, and I joined a barbecue. I'm not Mexican, and I was there. And then a Venezuelan barbecue for Christmas, and I just jump in there. So on the first barbecue, I meet a really lovely couple. She's Venezuelan, he's Mexican, and then we was talking. I say, yeah. He said, you have a job? No, I don't have a job yet. I'm just still looking for. And he said, I have a Mexican friend that have a restaurant. Just send me your CV. And then I just send the CV. The restaurant just called me like 3 days after. And at the end was Guzman y Gomez, one of the big managers, the one that say, okay, you have the job. Only because, cool. I meet the person and that person just refer me.
Sorry to interrupt you. So, because that's important thing. You had the chance to meet someone. You had the chance to get the network.
Yeah.
Because you didn't stay at home by yourself, right? You put yourself out there. You went to because that's really important.
Yeah.
Part of the whole experience is you have to meet people. You have to get to know new. Right?
You need to engage, and I think was quite easy because it was in our own language. So it was kind of me like, okay, I need to go step by step. I don't want to go to Australians community where I just have a week in Australia. I wasn't like that comfy yet, but I'm comfy talking in my language. And I'm comfy with my people. And it's like, I'm not shy to introduce myself. And it was like, okay, I need to break that comfort zone, get out of the house, and just trying to find something with what we have, with the resources I have.
So he got in touch with you?
Yeah, so he got in touch with me and he said, I received your CV, so you okay to have an interview tomorrow? And I say, yeah, of course. When I get there, literally was my uniform on the table already. So it was like job. So they asked me a couple of questions. They say, what is your availability? And say, I'm on partner visa, so I just can work at that time is same, so 20 hours a week. And they say, okay, so I start tomorrow. And I just start my first job at that time. And then I think 3 days after, I meet a Venezuelan couple that they are on a restaurant in the South area in Salisbury. And they say, you still have, how is things going, blah, blah, blah. We start to talk. And then they say, I find a job here and maybe have my trial this week. And they say, you can do a trial with us too in the mornings because the other restaurant was at night. And I say, I'm just going to try both because I don't know which one is going to, be better. They fire me tomorrow. I have this one, it's just in case. Plan A and B. And then I went there. Was pretty funny because they're pretty far. So Salisbury from West End, I just wake up at 3 a.m., catch a bus, then a train, then walk 20 minutes, and then I get there. And so I find two jobs at that time, just doing that. Just going to a barbecue with like salad and meat that I buy from Coles just to have something there. And I just get my 2 jobs just doing that. And was quite funny. And when I tell this history, it's like, really? That's can happen? Yes, that's the best way. You can just try things.
And that's something that it happens here quite often, like in Brisbane and in Queensland. We got barbecues everywhere because we got so many parks and so many stuff. So that's something that for us, it's like for me, it was, I've got open areas. You see yourself doing outdoor activities more than back home. Right?
Yes, heaps more than back home. It's like when we do a barbecue, it's like I need to be a special occasion, like a birthday or something. Here is barbecues for anything. Like just let's go. And even like we are sometimes at home and we want to cook and say, just let's go and do it in a park. Like back home, we don't usually do that. Like need to be really special occasions anyway. So after that, I was like, I think I worked in the restaurant in Salisbury for a year. And then I just was trying to looking for a professional option. It's like, it's good when you came in here and you say, and you need to come in here in your mind. Like you need to be able to do anything, Like even I was a professional, 2 degrees, master degree, whatever. I was like, I'm going to put that on my pocket and I just need to work because I need to find a way to survive here first. Be stable, and then you can see what else you can do as a professional. And then I was looking for what we call in here internships. So it's not no pay job. But anyway, just getting experience, and then I can put it on my CV, and that's probably can be good. And then I just went to an international agency in here at that time, and it's like, okay, I was there, and they have in their website, they have internship program, and I was just gonna apply there. And I applied like 5 times, and they just ignored my emails. And when I went there, and I said, can I talk with the manager here? And and they say, no, she's busy. And then I went there like 3 times. I just want to talk about the program that is on the website. I just like keep insisting on that. And then I think the time number 4, she just came out and said, they say you come in here a lot. And it's like, yeah, I just coming in here because I applied to your internship program, just to work in here as a consultant or sales or whatever position you have. I'm happy to work. And then she said, but it's unpaid. I said, yeah, I'm not looking for pay. It's okay. Like, I'm looking for just get experience, maybe help you, and then you can see.
It's a chance for you to show yourself as well, right?
We always say really, like my father always say really important thing to me. If you are single, you have 3 minutes or less to put your voice out and then turn on the show. So I was like, that's my day. And if I show, that's the people are going to know who I am. And then, boom, something can happen, And it's the same. I was the same in the restaurant. Like, I didn't care it was a restaurant. I was like, I'm going to show them the job I can do. Even Victor, never. My mom never let me use the kitchen. And that job was in the kitchen, cooking. And I was like, my mom's going to be really proud of this. And it's like, wow, I always cook like I like. But naturally, I'm not chef. I'm not kitchen hand. I'm nothing. And I was like, just doing a lot of food and creating things and making cakes and making desserts and, using the brain to do something different. Because I was, how many people are chefs that they maybe can have the job I have?
True.
I need to show off different skills, even I don't have. And at that time, I think a little bit different than now. Like, you don't really need to have a big qualification or something to have certain positions. Now it's a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But still, like, I have that opportunity and I feel great, and I just did. So at that time, they give me the opportunity. So they say, okay, you can come 2 days a week. This is the time. And I was like, like putting everything, running from one place to another. And after that, I just ended working for them for 8 years, like 7.5 years. And yeah, I think I ever have a great experience as I did there. Like, I feel I learn and I grow as a professional in many different areas. So I was super thankful to be there with them. And, it was like, I feel now I grow as a person, mm-hmm. as a professional. And then in one point I was, okay, now it's time to move on. It's like, we love what we do, like probably you do too. Like, we love to engaging with the community, talking, helping people. That's what I did before, a part of sales or managing people or whatever our position is. My main goal was help, mm-hmm. and I was now it's time to help, but in a different aspect, and it's like, I just, now, as you can see, this uniform. So now I'm just ending working as a personal trainer. And I think I've ever been this happy, healthy, happy, active, and I feel I'm helping a lot of people with different issues and different in our countries. Like, we deal with bullying, depression a little bit in a different way. Like, I still feel it's not that strong like mm-hmm. it's in here. So many people have health issues and stuff because they sad, depressed. And I think after all of this with COVID and stuff, that's getting bigger, like the mental health part and stuff. So I was like, it's time to do different thing. And I didn't know if it is, I still, I didn't know if this is right or wrong. But life are stages. and I'm just living this one. It's like I pretty sad part of my life is like I lost my brother when he was 22 years old, and it was after that something inside of me just changed, and I say, we just get too schematic in the way we live our life, and we see our life need to be like this. Okay, I get married, I have kid, I bought a house, and then like follow a line, and life can be over one day, you don't know, and it's like I'm just gonna enjoy it, and I'm just gonna do as much things I can do, and because I don't really know when it's gonna be over, so this game can be over anytime, right? And it's like I'm just gonna do this, and of course, so in here you cannot be personal trainer or train someone just because you're good doing sports or anything. So I was practicing. So I'm Muay Thai trainer at Olympia, and I've been doing Muay Thai for maybe 5 years, 6 years. I did karate for like 10 years before back home country, and it's like I've been loving martial arts because I think they change your essence, so they help you to control, they help you, with many other things in your general life. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'm just gonna study personal trainer or fitness just to understand a little bit more about, I don't know, anatomy, nutrition, and certain things we don't know, like, what I cannot do this. Okay, that's gonna impact my lower back or this, And I just studied because of that. I wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna work as a PT. It's like, this is my choice. And before I study personal trainer course, I actually studied the security aviation course, and I worked for the airport, and I was like, this is not for me, But being there, what actually made me study the fitness course, I was doing a lot of security job for event sports, and I was like, wow, look at that, look what he's doing, look what he's coaching, and it's like, okay. And then I started to read about mental health and fitness, and I was, okay, why not? That's maybe the way. I can just do something different now. And I just did the course. And doing the course, I was training with my current trainer and coworker, and with the owner of the gym. And then we was friendly talking. I say, yeah, I just finished in my fitness course study, and she was, oh, really? You want to work for me? That's it.
That happened.
That happened. And it's like when I really believe in destiny. Many people not, but I believe. And it's like things happen when that's the right time and for a reason. And it was like, oh, she's offered me a job. I wasn't looking for a job. This is the right time then. And it's like when I decide to just change my career and say, okay, it's time to move on. So I start part-time, and I think not even 2 months, they say, okay, you go, we're happy to you be full-time with us. And it's like, okay, so I've just been doing this for almost a year. So pretty soon it's going to be a year. Yeah. The time is flying. So, and now I have like a couple of, probably 6 weeks ago, my first fight. I've been training Muay Thai for long, and I feel like always really super passionate about it. I was bad.
So
He's in shock. He's in shock now.
Yeah, no, because I know you, so I know the whole thing. So anyway, a lot of things are new for me. But for people who are watching us, they're like, oh God, what? They're like, wait, I've missed something. Let me go back.
This is a telenovela.
How it's like, she did everything. You're like, oh, wait, I'm lost now. So, okay, so you did, so let's go, so right now. So you're working at Olympia, you're a PT, and you're a fighter, and then you had your first fight a month ago.
Yeah, almost a month ago. Yeah, like I think 6 weeks, a little bit.
So how did that happen? You mentioned you did karate and everything since back home, but then out of nowhere you decide to become a fighter as well? Or how?
Yeah, I told you he's in shock.
I was like, okay, yeah, I'm connecting.
Yeah, connecting everything, connected. Yeah, so what happened is since I start, in my mind, I was like, I want to fight. I just want to be on that ring. You know, it's like, for me, it's like a goal to achieve. And it's same. So when you do any martial arts, what you want is just be there and compete and be good in what you are doing. And then took me so long because like I have a heart issue, so I have like a little ventricular issue on my heart. So I have like a kind of pre-heart attack in 2019. What happened is when my adrenaline goes too high and I'm under too much stress, the heart just collapses and I just faint. And it's type of fainting that I can feel it coming. So I'm here and I feel like, okay, this is happening. I'm cold. I just feeling I'm gonna faint. It's not like I just
out of nowhere. Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So did you
that is good.
So you're okay, warm, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I feel really nice now.
So did you know about it before 2019 when it happened? Or
no, and to be honest, like my heart rate is always pretty low. Like it's like it's good. So doctors say, oh, this is like an athlete heart. You know, like my heart beating is always 40, 50. Get too high and I get maybe 90. You know, like it's not that a normal heart can go 100 and something. Mm-hmm. Normal beating can be, I don't know, 70 and they feel good. I'm in 80 and I'm like, you know, like it's really hard. So I've been doing a lot of therapies for my breathing control. Back home, I have like a little tachycards, you know, like a boom, 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 boom from nothing. And I was always like a little bit scared, but I never check. In my family, we are anti-doctors. So I think my dad I never see my dad visiting a doctor. And I think I was the same, you know. My mom is like a little bit like, I'm just going to check myself. But I was same than my dad. So for me, it was like nothing until that happened. And if my mom saw this, I hope she don't understand. We never talk about it. It's like I was in hospital probably for 10 weeks or 12 weeks, just doing a lot of different tests and stuff for the heart. They say, it's nothing. So your heart is healthy heart. It's like, it was good, you know? Muscle good, arteries good, everything was good. And they say, you're good to go. That's it. So they say it's small condition. You just need to control, no overbreathing. So what happened is when we learning Muay Thai or boxing or kickboxing, we get tired, so we overbreathing, so we stress our heart, and then that can make you faint, right? So you feel like too anxious. And if on top of that, you practice that sport where you overbreathing, you have a lot of things on your mind that make you stress, then that's what happened with me. So my heart just stop. And I think that's at that time, 2019, I was like, okay, this may be time to change my lifestyle. Has a little bit of more relax, different type of job, just change everything. It's like change everything and see if this doesn't happen again. And boom, nothing happened after that.
Do you feel like being in Australia, it was easier for you to say, I want to do something new, and you had access to everything? Like, do you feel like it's easier being abroad because you went through the whole experience? You came here and you faced all kind of challenge, and you gave 500%, as you said. And so do you feel like, because sometimes back home, when you start into a career, you do that for your whole life, unless you get fired, right? But then being here and you did everything, so did you feel that I can do that if I'm not happy with that, as you said? So in 2019, you made a decision. I'm doing something new. How easy it was for you to make that decision and saying, I'm going to do that?
I think it's can be easy. The thing is, humans beings just tied to things, right? So I was really tied to my previous job, to my people. I was like, to everyone surround me. So it took me like a year to take the decision to change career. But in terms of if people want to do it, it's easier than our country. You know, it's like in our country, as you say, we study business, commerce is what we're going to do. We are accountants. We're going to be accountants for the rest of our life. in here is simple to choose different things to do. In terms of, I have many friends that they are accountants and they're now personal trainers, or they're now nurses, or they're lawyers and now doctors. It's like, it's really easy in here find people with different careers and changes from one side to another side. And it's like, is what makes Australia different from my point of view. It's like totally different because they break the stereotypes that we have in our mind from our country. So they don't care. It's like, you want to be a lawyer today? Good. Of course, one is better paid than another. And I can say I was heaps better paid before than now. But we put in balance many things. And we say, okay, is healthy and happiness and this important? Yes. What are you going to do if you have a lot of money and I die? Because
you have to remember, you left things behind.
Yeah.
Right? So that's part of the...
Yeah, and it's like we shot, okay, no family, no my friends, no my previous job. I'm cooking, cleaning, it's like, it's hard. And then you hear and say, I don't care anymore. I make that change. It's nothing bigger than the decision to move to another country and start from scratch again. I feel like I've been here and then study again, start from zero again, 1, 2, 3 times. Is like, it's nothing compared with that big step to being here. And I think we always need to sacrifice things to have another things and growing up, right? So we sacrifice everything there. I came in here and then it was, okay, it's a sacrifice, leave this job, start again after 7 years. It's like, it's like a kind of divorce. What's harder for me, leave my job than divorce my previous partner? I hope he listens this.
We're going to highlight that.
put it in big capital letters. Yeah. That was a good decision anyway.
Okay. So good decision since you got in Australia.
Good decisions. And I think that is pretty funny. Like I have many histories, and I moved to Australia, and it's like people say, oh, how old are you? Like at that connection of all my life, of things I've been doing. And it's like, it's great being in Australia and be able to learn, study whatever you want, have that freedom of whatever you want, you can do it. Like since COVID, I just decided to study many things because I was this time to know. So for some reason, we're having this break, let's call break, our COVID break, and let's change the way we're doing things. So I just decided to do digital marketing, learn about social media and stuff, do my fitness stuff, my nutrition stuff. How can I combine my previous knowledge in education industry with fitness, with helping people, like I make one big thing for what you have. And it's like, sometimes I'm sitting on my phone and I spend hours and it's like, I'm going to get crazy one day. Who knows? But it's many things you actually can do, And it's like we limit ourselves to one thing, but we can change that.
You mentioned before when we were chatting, you got your project on the side that's called the Australian Box.
The Australian Box.
Do you want to let people know what it is, how they can find the content?
Yeah, that's my little baby.
So it is a baby that they can know about it, or it's still a secret?
Of course. Okay. No, it's not I don't have secrets. I'm not a secret person at all. So it's actually, I was thinking for many years, and in my Instagram, you can see many videos of 4 corners of life. So I wrote a book probably 11 years ago, just a small book in Spanish, that what I call 4 corners of life in the translation. So, and I just start to make videos about it, okay? So it's pretty interesting history about 4 different type of people or personalities. So I just refer people, and let's say one just simple example can be people that they believe they have everything, but at the same time they have nothing because they're empty. So, and you probably meet people on that corner. So it's people that may be financially good, they have stability, house, good job, whatever, but they don't have happiness. They don't have friends to share their,
achievements,
their things or stuff. And it's like I just referring where people can be and why. So I start just making that videos, referring certain parts of my books. And then I say, I was still feeling like I really want to help people that they have in their mind, they want to come to Australia, right? And more than being giving motivational coaching or, you can do it, is telling them the truth, like, because we all have the real experience. We all come in here with one vision, like Australia is fantastic. It's fantastic. But you need to work hard to have a fantastic life, And it's like, it's real.
Yeah, well said.
You can come in here like, rent, this, everything. You have a job in a week. Can be, but can't as well. So, and then this year I was, this is the year that I just need to do something different. So I just decided to create this channel. It's not on YouTube yet, so I just get the domain and everything just set up for me. But it's on Instagram. And it's the Australian box. So pretty much in that channel, you're gonna find really basic information about how to make a CV, what is the cover letter. It's like I get in here when I see submit your cover letter. What is that? What is that? Where you can find free things to do in Australia, where the websites are. Whatever, like in here, many stores just give you free things on your birthday during the month, right? So people don't know that, and they can get in here on 25th of December.
Really? Yeah.
Like me, and what can I do? Okay, I know what to do.
True.
And it's like a really simple channel where people is gonna find information to simple things to do and real things. So I'm really straightforward. So I'm not gonna say, yes, coming to Australia. I'm not selling anything. I'm not partnering with any school or any other business. It's just free help for people.
It's a channel for people to get information.
Yeah.
That is no reason behind. That's good.
No reason behind of that. And they can text me if they have a question, general questions. I can't help them anymore, like with their visas or with their question referring to come to Australia or anything like that.
If it's inside of working for American Airlines to become a fighter, they can ask, right?
Yeah, they can ask any question. If they want to fight, of course. Okay. That was fun. So it's a free help. And I think as a part of the community, it's really important we start to give extra things to make things different. And if we want to be one more Latin in Australia, cool. But if you want to be part of this big community, because now we big compare 10 years or 15 years ago. Even when I get here, it was like just little community, right? So now we are bigger. And it's pretty sad sometimes when I jump in social medias and someone say, I want to go to Australia, and all the comments are, we close, we this, we not. Don't waste your money, don't pay this. It's like, what you don't just send links. Okay, just have a look. Take here. Have a look there. It's like a bit more constructive as a part of the community than destructive. So we playing with dreams. They have the dream to come in here. What we don't just
help.
Just keep putting water to that flower. Just keep it alive. In one point, it's gonna be over, and they can just try to do what we did before. That's part of the channel, or that's part of the purpose of that channel. So and I put in there, I'm not selling anything, I'm not engaging with anything. I do a marketing work at the moment for one school, but it's completely separate. So I just pass the line and I say, this is my baby, this is my project. I'm not going to engage this with anyone. But of course, as any channel, it's taking time for people to know who you are, for people know who is really the purpose of that project or what she's doing. And it's people just texting me, it's like, what is that? What are you doing now? And it's like, nothing. It's like we always have in our mind.
We're not used to that, right?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah.
It's like, nothing. This is free. This is for everyone. This is my time. Because to do this, you usually take an hour or more, like editing, doing, deleting, say, just do it again. Because I'm doing it, all the text information is in English. Just because I want to help my Latin community, but I want to help more than that too. And I have a lot of friends from Asia. I have a lot of friends from different, like Europe, the other countries that they don't speak Spanish. And the videos, I made some videos in Spanish, some videos in English. And make videos in English is so hard. I put my husband on the other side of the room, and he's just screaming at me, just do it again. Because of my grammar, he said, you shouldn't say this, you should say that. And it's like,
but the main thing is the content. Don't worry about it. It's the content.
Yeah, I don't care. But he is like, you should say this. Sounds too bad. Or he say, it's okay. It's not that perfect, but it's okay. Okay to go. And he's like, okay. I just have my grammar corrector in there.
We after I'll get with you the details. So on the description of this video, we're gonna put the link in there so they can access those drawing boxes.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Look. We need to book a chat again because we can talk about many other things. Based on everything that you said, I can tell you that you are a fighter, right? In all aspects. Yeah. So, and I think the passion that you have for everything, it explains why you achieved everything that you wanted. So thanks for being here today. We wish you all the best on your next fight. So it's coming
24th of July.
24th of July. It's good.
He can't believe it. He can't still believe it.
Like, I'm shocked. When I saw the first time on social media, I was like, oh, it's her. That's nice. And so to summarize, for people who are watching us, if you want to leave them a final message, what you want to tell them?
I would say be there, take decisions to break the comfort zone can change your whole life. So don't be worried about what people is gonna say. Don't be worried about it's gonna be good or bad. We never know, we never know, and we just need to try. So I invite everyone that want to live any experience, not only the experience to came to Australia. Go wherever you want to go. Study wherever you want to study. Just do it. I really believe life is one, and we just need to enjoy the life. And thank you guys for having me here. For me, this is amazing. This is a dream come true. I feel famous for the first time of my life. Thanks to Victor.
Thanks for being here. Thank you. See you guys next time.
See you guys. Take care. Oh, that was funny, huh?
It was good. You like it?
I love it. What a famous now I'm gonna be, huh?